Hello, my dear children in grade 7. In this lesson, we are talking about the social identity of Sri Lanka. We discussed about the identity of Sri Lanka in previous video. You will remember the identity of Sri Lanka can be described under two topics. They are geographical identity and social identity. We identified geographical identity under several features. The location of Sri Lanka, land area of Sri Lanka, relief zones of Sri Lanka, and rainfall. We discussed about all these topics in our previous lesson. Here we are going to discuss about the social identity. The social identity of any country can be expressed in several aspects. They are social community, national heritages, world heritages, cultural features and festivals, and social development. Social community. Sri Lanka has multicultural society. Therefore, various ethnic groups and various religion groups living in Sri Lanka. Social community of Sri Lanka consists of different ethnic groups. Sinhalese, Tamils, Moors, Burghers and Malays. Then we can identify different people following various religions. Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam and Christianity are different religions in Sri Lanka. Now you know that Sri Lanka is the multicultural society. There are several ethnic groups living in Sri Lanka. The communities have their identity according to their inherited tradition, customs, beliefs, rituals, clothes, foods, and languages. Here you can see various pictures show differences among ethnic groups. Not only ethnic groups, but also various religion groups living in Sri Lankan society. As this, there are a lot of religious places, symbols, faith, and festivals according to their identity. As a summary, we can gain an idea that Sri Lanka has a multicultural society. This multicultural society consists of various cultural features according to the variation of religions and ethnic groups. Then let's discuss about the national heritages. Items of specially historical or cultural significance handed over generation to generation of a nation is simply known as national heritages. National heritages show the identity of a country. It consists with national as well as cultural heritages of the nation. Sri Lanka is rich with a lot of national heritages. You can see here some pictures show our heritages. National heritages can be divided into two groups as tangible heritages and intangible heritages. You can see a table here. National heritages can be divided into two groups, tangible heritages and intangible heritages. What are the tangible heritages? Items can be seen physically are known as tangible heritages. Tangible heritages can be divided into two groups, man-made and natural. Man-made heritages again can be divided into two parts: religious centers and other creations. Sri Mahabodhiya, Mother Church, Sacred City of Kataragama, mosques, Nallur Kovil are religious centers. Then Sigiriya, Ranmasuyana, Jaffna Fort, tanks and irrigation works are other creations. Then, what are the natural heritages? Here, Namalluyana, Hikkaduwa Coast, hot water springs, waterfalls are the examples for the natural heritages. Now, let's see what are the intangible heritages. Heritages cannot be seen physically but revealed through human behaviors are known as intangible heritages. Intangible heritages cannot be seen physically but revealed through human behaviors. Hospitality, respecting and treating elders, compliments, customs and manners are examples for the intangible heritages. Now, I think you may have a clear picture about the national heritages. Now, you can see a map here. This map indicates the various cultural heritages of Sri Lanka. In Jaffna, you can see Nallur Kandasamy temple. Then, you can see Mother Church in Mana and Koneshwaram Kovil in Trincomalee. Here you can see Anuradhapura, ancient city, and Aukana, Sigiriya. Here you can see Pinnavala, elephant orphanage, and here Kalani temple, and lot of waterfalls in central hill country, and natural wild park like Udawalawa, Yala, Kumana. Here you can see Golpot and Kataragama temple. These cultural heritages are the symbols of unity among all ethnic and religious groups living in Sri Lanka. Now, let's learn about World Heritages. We know Sri Lanka is rich in national as well as cultural heritages. Out of these heritages, some national heritages in Sri Lanka have been accepted as World Heritages due to their uniqueness. What is World Heritage? World Heritage is designation for places on the earth that are outstanding universal value to humanity. These World Heritages are included the World Heritages list by UNESCO to be protected for future generations to appreciate and enjoy. As Sri Lankans, we are lucky to have several World Heritages in our country. These World Heritages can be categorized into two groups. One is man-made, another one is natural. Under the man-made heritages, Sacred City of Kandy with the Temple of the Tooth, Sigiriya, Dambulla Viharaya, Ancient City of Polonnaruwa, Golpot, Sacred City of Anuradhapura. Then Sinharaja Forest and Central Mountain categorized under the natural heritages. Our World Heritages shows our dignity to the world community and it also contributes foreign tourists to Sri Lanka. However, our World Heritages show our dignity to the world community and it also contributes to attract foreign tourists to Sri Lanka. Indigenous people. You know, there are various indigenous groups living in various parts of the world. Indigenous peoples of a country is also being a part of social identity. They also being a part of social identity. The indigenous people living in various parts of Sri Lanka. They are known as Sri Lankan Vedda. We can see them in Mahiyanganaya, Dambana and Hennanigala. Their livelihoods are crop cultivation. They cultivate crops like grains and vegetables. Hunting. Hunting animals in the forest. Collecting the forest products. They collect the forest products like bee honey. As our main culture has subjected to the changes, we can see various changes among the indigenous people. We can identify the changes of their speaking language, clothing, foods, beverages, customs and traditions. At present, they are adapted to the modern society due to providing formal education. Stepping into the higher education and using modern electronic equipments. You know, they use various modern electronic equipments like mobile phone, television, radio. Due to using electronic equipments, new knowledge comes rapidly towards them. Therefore, their new generation adapts to the modern society fast. However, their contribution towards the protection of the ancient cultural heritages and the environment conservation should be admired. Cultural features and festivals. Cultural festivals and features are important to show the social identity of a country. As Sri Lankans, we also have various cultural features and festivals. Several cultural festivals and features with such identity are mentioned below. Here, Vesak and Poson Festival. Then, Sinhala and Tamil New Year Festival. Madhu Festival, Deepavali Festival, Ramzan Festival, Dalada Perahera in Kandy, and Christmas. Vesak festival celebrated by Buddhist people in Sri Lanka. It is celebrated to commemorate the birth of the Buddha, attainment of enlightenment, and the attainment of the Nibbana. We can see Vesak Lantern, Vesak Pandol, Vesak Perahera and almsgiving in this season. Poson festival is also celebrated by Buddhists. Poson Day is the day when we got first Buddhism in Sri Lanka. Here we can see Poson Pandols, Perahera, almsgiving and other programs in temples. Now let's see about the Dalada Perahera in Kandy. Dalada Perahera is a wonderful cultural event in Sri Lanka. It is known as Kandy Asala Perahera. It is held in July and August. This historical procession is held annually to pay homage to the sacred tooth relic of Buddha. It is a very beautiful festival with dancers, jugglers, musicians, fire breathers and decorated elephants. Dalada Perahera is very important cultural event which shows our social identity to the world. Deepavali festival is celebrated by mainly Hindus. It is a festival of the light. Ramzan is celebrated by Muslims all around the world. The beginning and the end of this festival depend on the sighting of the new moon. Sri Lankan Muslim people too celebrated this festival. Christmas is a festival of the Christian people. It is an annual festival commemorating the birth of the Jesus Christ. It is observed on December 25 as a religious and cultural celebration. We can see various decorations like the things shown here on that day. Then let's learn about the social development of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a country that belongs to the South Asian region. Now let's see what are the countries belong to the South Asian region. Sri Lanka, India, Maldives, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh are the countries belong to the South Asian region. Here you can see a map of the South Asian region countries. You can see here India, this is Sri Lanka, and this one is Maldives. This country is Pakistan, here Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. Sri Lanka is a country that belongs to the South Asian region. Our country is identified as a country with higher social development. The level of the social development of countries have been identified using various units of measurement and criteria. Here you can see a table with data on social development of the South Asian countries. This side you can see the names of the countries. Here you can see life expectancy, literacy, birth rate, infant mortality, and maternal mortality. According to the data mentioned in the table, Sri Lanka has high value in life expectancy. Sri Lanka also has good literacy level. Birth rate is decreased than the other countries in South Asia, except Maldives. Infant mortality rate and maternal mortality rates are lower than in other countries. Here you can see the values. Therefore, Sri Lanka is ahead of many other South Asian countries in social development. Although Sri Lanka is a developing country, it has acquired a higher level in the field of social development. Now, let's see the factors contributed towards this achievement. Under this, first one, ability to obtain a nutritious meals. Because that increase of energy to resist diseases and increase the physical and mental well-being, increase in life expectancy. Then development of educational facilities. Under development of educational facilities, we can development of the literacy level. Then increase of living standard, motivation to spend a healthy life, acquiring good attitudes, and emergence in better employment opportunities, as well as provisions of health and education facilities free of charge and the state welfare policies have contributed to higher level of social development in Sri Lanka. Now we are come to the end of this lesson. In this lesson, we talk about the social development of Sri Lanka, criteria used to measure social development, and the factors contribute acquire a higher level in social development. If you have any difficulties, you can refer our single medium lesson and get clear idea about the social development. Thank you and have a nice day.